Hello gamers, my name is Seeded Gamer and welcome back to the last day of week 1 of the Oath of the Gatewatch spoiler season. We're just going to get right into it with a card that was spoiled on the Magic Judge blog. That would be the Deceiver of Form. It is 6 and a colorless for an 8/8 Eldrazi. At the beginning of combat on your turn, reveal the top card of your library. If a creature card is revealed this way, you may have creatures you control other than Deceiver of Form become copies of that card until end of turn. You may put that card on the bottom of your library. So 8/9, and because they become actual copies of the card, all of your 1/1 scions that you've been making to get this 7 mana card out are now 8/9s with trample that can attack. Because, sure, I'll take it. Yeah, it's real good. And it's just creature card, it doesn't even have to be an Eldrazi. So let's say you have a dragon with, oh, I don't know, when it deals combat damage. Oh man. Oh, giant Adaphage. Oh man. Oh, if you turn all your creatures into giant Adaphages, holy crap, that is glorious. I like that. I'm a fan of that. There are so many shenanigans that can be done with this card. Things with on-hit effects, on-attack effects would be probably the most powerful with that. Yeah, you can definitely do some fun things with this card. Probably don't want to make everything a copy of a legendary creature though. That can probably ruin your day rather quickly. But yeah, fun times. We will be moving on to the Embodiment of Fury, which was spoiled on the Chinese Magic Facebook page. It is 3 and a red for a 4/3 elemental creature with trample. Land creatures you control have trample. It also has landfall, which confirms that landfall is in the set, because it's the first one that we've seen with landfall from Oath of the Gatewatch, so there you go. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may have target land you control become a 3/3 elemental creature with haste until end of turn. It's still a land. And because you have this guy out, it will have trample. So there you go. I like that. That will definitely bring down some beats in limited. That, yeah, seems good, especially with all the awaken stuff, because it turns the land into a 0/0 elemental. So if you play a land, you can make your already awakened land base 3/3, thus pumping it up 3 power and 3 toughness. So there you go. That's fun. Next up though, we have Flaying Tendrils. 1 black for a sorcery. It is devoid. All creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. If a creature would die this turn, exile it instead. Only 1 Eldrazi stood against them, yet the defenders were outnumbered. Well then. It's a bit of a cheap... No, it's... what is it? It's a Drown in Sorrow, but with exile instead of scry. So that's fun. I can see that definitely wiping out some Eldrazi ramps, some cheapy little ally decks. That can definitely do some work. Yeah, there's plenty of... It'll get rid of Azulaport Cutthroat and all his friends rather easily. So yeah, I reckon that might be a sideboard card for some standard decks. To go up against the Mardu tokens, go up against the aristocrats, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I'm liking it, I'm liking it. Next up, we have Hissing Quagmire, which is our land for yesterday's spoiled on TCG Player, and the Flaying Tendrils was spoiled on magicblogs.de, so German magic blog place. So there you go. Hissing Quagmire enters the battlefield tapped. Taps to add black or green to your mana pool, and you can pay 1 black and green to make it a 2/2 black-green elemental creature with Death Touch until end of turn. It's still a land. That's nice. It's a man land. It's got Death Touch, so they're probably just going to either chump block it with a 1/1 or with a 2/2 But yeah, if it's that small and it has Death Touch, they're less likely to try and block it with a big thing. So maybe you'll be able to keep it alive. I don't know. Start picking off some of the small stuff. Who knows? Moving on though, we have the Prophet of Distortion. It is a single blue mana for a 1/2 Eldrazi drone that has pay 3 and a colorless to draw a card. It doesn't twist words, it twists worlds. It's a cheap guy that can draw you cards later on. It seems fine. It's an uncommon, so won't be seeing many of these in draft, but yeah. Yeah, I can see a place where it could do work. Get real late in the game, it's just like, I've got all of this mana, but I don't have any cards in my hand. Oh wait, I can just do this. Da 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 da. But yeah, it seems fine. Our final preview card from yesterday is the Stoneforge Masterwork. It is a single generic mana for an artifact equipment with equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each other creature you control that shares a creature type with it. It costs 2 generic mana to equip. The nomadic core carry only necessities on their long treks. The coming of the Eldrazi redefined necessities. So we finally have our good equipment for the Stonehaven Outfitter to work with. And given what the Stonehaven Outfitter is, that being an ally, I think you can pretty much figure out what kind of decks this will want to go in. It's like, I am making all the allies, now this ally is a big fuck off ally. Yeah, good times, good times. I'm liking this equipment. It's not often I get excited by equipment, but that one seems fun. So yeah. But moving on to today's spoiled cards, we have Oath of Nissa. So I was wondering what this was going to be yesterday, and it seems like an interesting card. It is a single green mana for a legendary enchantment. When Oath of Nissa enters the battlefield, look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature, land, or planeswalker card from among them, and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast planeswalker spells. For the life of every plane, I will keep watch. This is interesting. That's probably going in a lot of Super Best Friends decks. Super Best Friends being decks with a lot of planeswalkers in them, and I like it. It's a card that will pretty much always replace itself, and it's good sort of mini filtering for early on in the game. Yeah, I like it. I do like it. Moving on though, we have Sphinx of the Final Word. It is 5 blue for a 5/5 Sphinx that cannot be countered. It has flying and hexproof, and instant and sorcery spells you control can't be countered by spells or abilities. He answers questions as readily as he asks them, but his answer is always no. This guy's fun. I'm trying to think of nicknames for this guy, but the best I can come up with is Sphinx of the Nope. Just Nope. Because yeah, if you're playing this guy, you're playing counterspells. Sphinx of the Nope. It's like, I am countering your spell and you can't do anything about it. Yeah. Sphinx of the Nope. Our final card for today though is another land. It is the Wandering Fumarole. It enters the battlefield tapped. It taps for blue or red, and you can pay 2, a blue and a red, to make it a 1/4 blue-red elemental creature that can switch its power and toughness at will. It has pay 0, switch this creature's power and toughness until end of turn. It's still a land. This one is going to make for some confusing combat tricks, I can tell you that right now. But yeah, it's interesting. I don't really have much to say on the lands. They're man lands. They are lands that become mans. So yeah. But that's going to be all of our cards for today. We'll see you again next week or tomorrow if I can track down the other cards. Probably just going to look through all of them on Monday or Tuesday my time, I guess, to find out what the other ones are. So yeah, I will see you then for some more Oath of the Gatewatch pre-release. Bye!